Chapter 2. The Atlantic Crossing. The RMS Queen Mary was a floating palace of polished mahogany, gleaming brass, and the rhythmic hum of massive turbines cutting through the North Atlantic. For Carson Drew, the voyage was a rare chance to escape the ringing telephones of his law office. For Nancy, it was an exercise in observation. On the third night at sea, the main dining salon was a sea of tuxedos and silk gowns. Nancy, dressed in a simple but elegant frock of cornflower blue that matched her eyes, sat across from her father. While he discussed the complexities of the British estate laws he was traveling to navigate, Nancy's attention drifted to the table anchored near the captain's. "Dad," she whispered, leaning in as the waiter cleared their soup tureens. "Don't look now, but the gentleman in the pinstripe suit, 3 tables over, has checked his pocket watch 4 times in the last 10 minutes, and he hasn't touched his salmon." Carson smiled indulgently. "Perhaps he's just a poor sailor, Nancy. The swells are a bit heavier tonight." "It isn't seasickness," countered Nancy softly. "He's watching the young woman by the pillar, the one with the small, steel-bound vanity case tucked under her chair. She looks terrified to let it out of her sight." Nancy's intuition, honed by dozens of cases in River Heights, was rarely wrong. The young woman in question was pale, with dark, anxious eyes. She wore a modest traveling suit that looked slightly out of place among the evening finery. Every time a steward passed her, she instinctively pulled the vanity case closer with the heel of her shoe. "That case must hold something more than lipstick and powder," Nancy mused. Later that evening, while strolling the moonlit promenade deck, Nancy encountered the young woman again. She was leaning against the railing, staring out at the white foam of the ship's wake. "It's a beautiful night, isn't it?" Nancy said gently, stepping up beside her. The girl jumped, her hand flying to her throat. "Oh, yes, very beautiful." Her accent was English, refined but strained. "Nancy Drew," she offered with a friendly smile. "My father and I are heading to London. It's my first time crossing." "I'm Mary Thompson," the girl replied hesitantly. She looked as if she wanted to say more, her eyes darting toward the heavy case she held gripped in both hands. "I'm going home, to settle some family matters. It's all very sudden." Before Nancy could ask another question, the man in the pinstripe suit appeared at the end of the deck. He didn't approach, merely lit a cigarette, the orange ember glowing in the dark. Mary Thompson's face went white. "I must go," she whispered. "I'm not feeling well. Excuse me." She hurried away toward the elevators, the heavy thud of the steel-bound case echoing on the deck boards. Nancy watched her go, then turned her gaze toward the man in the pinstripes. He exhaled a cloud of smoke and walked in the opposite direction. Nancy reached into her evening bag and pulled out her small leather notebook, jotting down a quick description. Pinstripe suit, left-handed, gold signet ring with the crest, interest in Mary Thompson's luggage. The next morning, as the coast of England appeared as a smudge of green on the horizon, Nancy felt a prickle of anticipation. This wasn't just a holiday. The tension she had felt on the ship was travel-worn and heavy, like the case Mary Thompson carried. "Almost there, Nancy," Carson said, joining her at the rail. "The boat train to London leaves shortly after we dock. Then I'll be off to my meetings, and you'll be on your way to St. Mary Mead." "I have a feeling, Dad," she said, watching the gulls circle the ship, "I might have a story to tell Miss Marple the moment I step off the train."